Greetings, everybody, and once again, welcome to the Fun Valley Sports Complex in Hutchinson, Kansas. It's time for Hutchinson Community College Softball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network this afternoon. The Blue Dragons, now ranked number 17 in the nation, take on the Kansas City, Kansas Community College Blue Devils in the Jayhawk East doubleheader. Steve Carpenter with you on a very blustery Wednesday afternoon. Originally, these games were scheduled for Saturday, but instead of playing in sub-zero temperatures, the field right now in terrific shape after the weekend rains. Temperatures in the low 70s, but the wind has returned to Kansas, blowing out of the southwest at 20-plus and gusty. For the Blue Dragons, they enter this a 24-6 record, and right now tied for fourth in the Jayhawk East. They are just 2 games behind front-runner Cali College, and those two teams do battle 1 week from yesterday right here at Fun Valley. The Blue Dragons now will have a 3-day odyssey where they are going to have to play 6 consecutive games because of scheduling changes precipitated by weekend weather or their lack of weather. The Neosho games in Chanute were moved up to tomorrow. So now the Blue Dragons will be going today in a pair against KCK, at Neosho tomorrow, and at Allen on Friday before Cali is here next Tuesday. For Kansas City, they are 10-18 overall, 4-14 in the conference. They have lost 3 in a row and are 4-6 in their last 10. Their last time out over the weekend, they split with Independence. We'd also like to join in and welcome all the viewers on the Jayhawk Conference website, as this is the Jayhawk Conference Game of the Week. Stick with us all afternoon for a battle of very good softball teams between Hutchinson and Kansas City. These two teams met 5 times last year. The Blue Dragons took 3 of 5. Most importantly, though, they took 2 of 3 in a Region 6 first-round series, played all over 1 day right here at Fun Valley last May. That was a wild afternoon. But the Dragons moved on to Topeka and eventually reached the Region 6 championship game. When we return, we will speak with Blue Dragon head coach Jamie Rose, as she is nearing a milestone in the Blue Dragon uniform. Our starting pitchers this afternoon in game number 1 for the Blue Dragon, the sophomore DJ Cannon, a 13-2 record and a 1.62 ERA. She'll be opposed by Shannon Green, 7-5 and a 5.89 earned run average for the Blue Devils. It's the Blue Dragons and the Blue Devils from Fun Valley. This is Blue Dragon Softball. Welcome back to a very blustery Fun Valley, everybody. Steve Carpenter speaking with Blue Dragon head softball coach Jamie Rose before this afternoon's doubleheader with Kansas City. And Jamie, when we talked before the Highland game, you were hoping for a split. You got that, a very gutsy game 1. Second one kind of got away from it. But your thoughts after that one, heading into this, what again now becomes a crucial doubleheader with KCK.
To split with Highland is exactly what we needed. This entire week, I feel like we need to sweep everybody to stay in the hunt. There is a lot of movement happening 1 through 6, and a lot of crucial games left. The person on top is we're 2 games behind, and the guys behind us, they're only 2 games behind us. So there's a lot of crucial games to be played.
And this becomes a stretch of games, 6 games in 3 days when we moved the Neosho County game from Saturday up to Thursday because of the weather. So obviously stamina becomes an issue, so you're kind of jostling around, especially the defensive lineup a little bit, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, we talked to the kids yesterday about how with playing 3 days in a row, we're going to have to manage the game differently, particularly behind the plate and then also in the circle. Obviously we want to limit the number of pitches on all of our pitchers in order to be good to go for Friday.
Do you even, as you look at different ways to manage the game, do you even look at how you manage the pitchers in terms of what pitches to call in a particular sequence? A lot of the times you get up 0-2 and then they'll nibble. Do you go after the zone a little bit more to try to save a pitch here and there?
Yeah, I think we'll attack it a little more. Traditionally, KCK has always been very good at fouling pitches off, so I don't like that. But I think we'll attack it a little more, trying to bring the pitch count down even a little bit, even if it's 10 pitches.
Speaking with Jamie Rose before this afternoon's doubleheader with KCK, you're rolling up on a milestone, 1 win away from 400. I know that's the last thing on your mind. You're looking at hopefully a 6-game winning streak here, but your 14th year with the Blue Dragons. You're already all-time wins leader. Now you're running up on a milestone win. Your thoughts?
I think it just means I'm getting older. I didn't. All the credit goes to the kids who played in those games. I didn't throw any pitches or anything. They won all those games.
Going back again to last Thursday, before you and I had talked about the team doing the little things. I thought they did in the first game. Are you progressing in that direction to get victories, especially against the upper echelon of the league?
I think we are. After the Highland game, we even told our kids that we felt like that our best ball is still yet to come, because I think up until this point that we still haven't put all 3 aspects of the game together at once. And when we do that, I think we're going to be very difficult to beat. Obviously, we played very hard and very well and found different ways to win at different times throughout the year. But I still think we got room for improvement there.
Well, best of luck. I know it's going to be a long 3-day stretch, but best of luck to you guys, and let's get a couple today.
Thank you.
The thoughts of HCCA coach Jamie Rose, back with the starting lineup and this afternoon's opening pitch. This is Blue Dragon softball.
And welcome back to Fun Valley, everybody. Steve Carpenter with you. Brandon Sams and the crew alongside on this very blustery Wednesday afternoon. Again, the Blue Dragons 24-6 coming into this one. KCK, always a tough opponent for 16th-year head coach Casey Tillery, coming in 10-18 overall. Let's get to the starting lineups. First for Kansas City, Kansas Community College, leading off will be the left fielder Jaden Lindgren. Batting second at second base, Callie Jacobson. Batting third and playing center field will be Shannon Brown. Batting cleanup and playing shortstop this afternoon, Kaylee Arnzen. Batting fifth for the Blue Devils, playing third base, Jennifer Mullins. Right fielder Natalie Cowan bats sixth for KCK. The designated player is Lauren Scott. She bats seventh. Batting eighth will be the catcher Brittany Beck. And batting ninth, first baseman Shelby Espy. Shannon Green, 7.5 record, 5.89 earned run average in the circle for Casey Tillery in game number 1. So the Blue Devils will line up Lindgren, Jacobson, and Brown, Arnzen, Mullins, and Cowan, Scott, Beck, and Espy, and Shannon Green in the circle. For the Blue Dragons, now 24-6 overall. They jump back into the polls this week. Shortstop, sophomore Izzy Godinez will lead it off for Hutchinson. She'll be followed by sophomore left fielder Becca Roberts. Raven Bass, who yesterday was named Jayhawk Conference Division II Player of the Week with a 3-home run week last week. Raven bats third and plays first base. Batting fourth will be the third baseman, Kiera DeCrane. Batting fifth, playing right field, Brent Stockman. Stockman getting quite a bit of attention after that home run robbing catch in the last inning of Game 1 of Hutchinson's 4-3 win over Highland last week. A lot of hits on the video that we posted on social media. Cameron Pope will be the designated player in game number 1. She bats 6th for Hutchinson. Starting pitcher DJ Cannon will bat 7th. Reed Johnson will bat 8th and plays second base. And batting 9th will be the center fielder, Ashton Thomas. Playing behind the plate but not hitting here in game number 1 is Natalie Semmel. So the Blue Dragons line up Izzy Godinez, Roberts and Bass, DeCrane, Stockman and Pope, Cannon, Johnson and Reynolds, and Natalie Semmel behind the plate. DJ Cannon, a 13-2 record, 1.62 ERA, among the league leaders in both wins and earned run average, also strikeouts. So the line is being announced here by public address announcer Scott Brooks. So the Blue Dragons now going to have to play 6 games in 3 days with the schedule changes. They've got the 2 here against KCK today, 2 tomorrow in Chanute against Neosho County. There will be video for that. No play-by-play as Neosho County Sports Information will provide the video, and they were still trying to ascertain if there will be video on Friday when the Blue Dragons travel to Iola to take on the Allen Red Devils. So the Dragons being announced. All kinds of things to talk about. You heard what Jamie Rose and I discussed with during the pregame show in terms of how she's going to handle these next 3 days. Blue Dragons now just 2 games out of first place at 9-5. Cowley at 12-2. So technically 3 games out of first place. Highland at second at 16-4. Johnson County is third at 11-3, and then the Blue Dragons and Blabette tied. Time for the national anthem from Fun Valley. We'll return with this afternoon's opening pitch. This is Blue Dragon softball. Welcome back to Fun Valley, everybody. Steve Carpenter with you on the Blue Dragon Sports Network, as well as on KJCCC.org for the Game of the Week, featuring the Blue Dragons of Hutchinson and the Blue Devils of Kansas City, Kansas Community College. First of 2 today and under blustering conditions. Temperature-wise, very comfortable. In the 70s, we're expected before the day's end to get up right around 80 degrees here in Hutchinson. So now DJ Cannon starts her final warm-ups off to a 13-2 record, the sophomore lefty from Fort Worth, Texas. Cannon making her 16th start, 19th overall appearance, again 13-2 with 2 saves and a 1.62 earned run average. Mixed in there, 13 complete games and 2 shutouts. She will be after career win number 32, which is already number 2 on the all-time wins list in Hutchinson history in the modern era. I'll explain that a little bit later. DJ Cannon is tossed 95 innings, allowed 77 hits, 33 runs, 22 earned, 118 strikeouts for the year for Cannon, including a season-high 12. She's been over 10 twice. She's walked only 30, and opponents hitting .213 against her. Cannon will face a Kansas City, Kansas lineup. They can swing the bats a little bit. They have a .334 team batting average. They've driven 23 out of the park. And Jaden Lindgren will lead it off. Lindgren, a .412 hitter with 33 hits, 9 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs, and only 16 RBI. That's kind of an odd, but from the leadoff spot. So righty-lefty matchup, and here we go. First pitch a little bit outside, ball 1. First pitch at 2:01 p.m. Again, welcome to Blue Dragon Softball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network and on KJCCC.org for the game of the week. Cannon's 1-0 as a rise ball swung through and missed, and the count even at 1-1. Last time out, DJ Cannon, a 4-3 winner over Highland, the number 9 team in the country. She allowed 8 hits, struck out 9. Had a 4-1 lead going into the 7th. That pitch misses upstairs, and it's 2-1 to Lindgren, excuse me. Things got a little dicey in the 7th, but web gemmable play by right fielder Bryn Stockman. Cannon misses again, high 3-1 to Lindgren. He's walked 6 times this year. Took that 10 times. On base of .484 for Lindgren. Here's a 3-1 from Cannon. Swung on and missed a shot right down the chute, and it's a full count now to the KCK leadoff hitter. Bryn Stockman robbed a home run in right center field. They kept a tying run at third. The pitch got her swinging, a nice comeback from 3-1 down. Strikeout for DJ Cannon, number 119 for the year. That'll bring up the second baseman, Kaylee Jacobson, for the Blue Devils. Jacobson, a .273 hitter. 2 home runs, 14 driven in. 21 for 77. She scored 23 once. She slices that one foul out of play to the right. Yes, you're hearing plenty of wind, and no, Jim Cantori is not in town covering a storm. Cannon's 0-1. Brown shows bunt, or excuse me, Jacobson shows bunt, but takes high for a ball, 1-1. That's always one of my favorite jokes in the wind howling is to bring up Jim Cantori. He's always there for the Weather Channel during any kind of storm. Cannon's 1-1, swung through and missed, 1-2 to Jacobson. Jacobson, a .378 on base percentage, 9 steals and 10 attempts. Also showing a pretty good eye with 10 walks. 1-2 pitch. Foul rounded to Izzy Godin, wide, but holds the bag, and there's 2 away. Nice play by the reigning conference player of the week at first base in Raven Bass. 2 up, 2 down for the center fielder, Shannon Brown, for the Blue Devils. Brown, a .412 hitter. .419 hitter, excuse me. 31 total hits, 1 home run, and 13 driven in. Screwball from DJ Cannon misses the plate wide for ball 1. Cannon and the Blue Dragons won that first game in Region 6. Strike on the outside corner, 1-1 to Brown. And the Blue Devils decided to mount a rally and win the second game 9-1, but the Blue Dragons end up run ruling the Blue Devils in game number 3 to advance to Topeka. 1-1 pitch, rise ball swung on and missed, 1-2 to Shannon Brown. Brown, just a handful of sophomores. That pitch popped foul back out of play. Shannon Brown is a handful of sophomores for 16th year head coach Casey Tillery. Devils have scored 141 runs in 28 games. At 23 home runs, 33 doubles, 10 triples. The pitch popped up. And it's fouled into the stands again. That wind gets you oriented on the broadcast, blowing basically from the right field corner to the left field corner. It's almost even shifted since first pitch, blowing more straight out to left. Fun Valley Symmetrical Ballpark, 210 down the lines, 215 in the gaps in left center, right center, 220 to dead center. 1-2 pitch. Screwball off the plate wide and back to the screen. It's 2-2. Now to Shannon Brown. Natalie Semmel getting the start behind the plate for Hutchinson, giving starting catcher Cameron Pope a little bit of a break over the next 3-day odyssey. The pitch. Lifted foul off to the right again. So pretty good battle between Brown and DJ Cannon. KCK, normally a team that fights off a lot of two-strike pitches, and that has Jamie Rose concerned for the long-term stretch for DJ Cannon and all the Blue Dragon pitchers. Over these next 6 games in 3 days, Cam Pope's not going to, she's going to be the DP in the game 1 for at least today. We'll see how they play out tomorrow. The pitch. A little bit of high. Cannon thought she got the upper part of the zone. The umpire didn't think so, and now it's a full count to Shannon Brown. Brown's only walked 14 times. She's only struck out 6, though. She will put the ball in play. Time called. Now the payoff pitch to Brown. Ball 4. So Brown, not normally known as a person who takes a lot of pitches and walks, just her 5th walk of the year. Comes back from 1-2 down, fights off several 2-strike pitches, draw a 2-out walk. And now the shortstop, Kaylee Arnzen. Arnzen, a freshman, hitting .456, 36 hits, that's a team high, and 79 at-bats, 11 home runs, 31 RBIs. Ball 1 to Arnzen. For a right-handed pull header, this is a good win for her. DJ Cannon must be careful. The lefty's pitch paints the outer half. 1-1 the count, Nat Arnzen. Crowd ever so slightly growing. If you're in town, come on out. It really is a comfortable day out here despite the wind. 1-1 pitch. Misses the plate just off, a little bit wide, and it's 2-1. Dragons haven't played since that doubleheader split with number 9 Highland last Thursday. Absolutely glorious day out here in Fun Valley. 2-1 pitch. It's popped up in the infield. DJ Cannon's going to take it herself, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 1 left after a half inning. It's the Blue Devils nothing, the Blue Dragons coming up. Dragons getting their first look at righty Shannon Green. 14th start, 19th appearance overall, 7-5 record with 1 save in 10 complete games. A 5.89 earned run average for Green. Green has worked a team-high 73 2/3 innings pitched, allowing 106 hits, 81 runs. 62 of them have been earned. She has struck out 31 and walked 14 and has allowed 6 balls to leave the yard. She faces the Blue Dragon team, and I'll apologize already for the wind. It's going to be in my microphone all day long. Hutchinson hitting .356 for the year. They have scored 232 runs in 30 games. And at 25 home runs, Izzy Godinez, the team's leading hitter at .441, steps in. Pitching a little bit high for ball 1. Godinez, team high 45 hits, 32 runs, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 23 RBIs, .483 on base percentage. That pitch from Green misses outside, and it's 2-0. Godinez got off that fabulous start this year, going 7 for her first 7. They went into the 3rd game of the year. Is he taking all the way? It's a strike from Green, and it's 2-1. Green with the face mask, also a white bandage around her left arm. High fly ball to the left field down the line to Lindgren into foul territory, and it's over her head, and that'll be an error on Lindgren. So an error charge to Lindgren. That ball should have been caught. Izzy Godinez has new life at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The wind in the pitch. Outside pitch, slice foul. It remains 2-2. A lot of people will say if Godinez gets out, that's not an error. It is an error. Pitch called strike 3. Took a changeup right at the letters. Godinez goes down swinging. 1 away for left fielder Becca Roberts. The fact that that remained that was an error is because the drop ball by Lindgren prolonged the time of at bat. So that's the reasoning there. The slapper Becca Roberts takes high ball 1. Roberts hitting .324, 24 total hits, and inside the park home run, 13 RBIs, 25 runs scored. That hard hit ball past the shortstop into center, and the Dragons have their first hit of the afternoon. Now the current Jayhawk East Player of the Week, Raven Bass. 3 home run week last week in 5 games for the Blue Dragons. Bass now hitting .414, 7 home runs, 25 RBIs. Change up for a strike, snap throw, and it gets into right field. But because of a head-first dive by Becca Roberts, she wasn't able to get up as right fielder Natalie Cowan, already playing shallow, had the backup right away. Strike called to Bass, the pitch. Runner goes, the pitch is a strike, and the runner in safely. Roberts steals her 16th base in 16 attempts. The Blue Dragons now a perfect 54 for 54. And now Bass will hit from an 0-2 hole with the runner in scoring position and only 1 out. Fouled straight back, a cut by Raven on that high changeup from Shannon Green. Roberts at second, she singled and stole second. 1 away, bottom of the first, no score. The pitch. Foul back. Barely got a piece of it. Bass did not play in the 5 games against KCK last year. The pitch in on the hands, and Raven pulls the foul. She missed the last 3 quarters of the 2017 season, did Raven Bass, with an arm injury. So she was unable to play in any of the 5 games, including the 3 postseason games against the Blue Devils here at Fun Valley. The pitch popped up. Catcher Brittany Beck couldn't find it in time, and it drops, and now Raven gets new life. Remains no balls and 2 strikes. Kiara DeCrane on deck. The pitch got her swinging on a rise ball. That's 2 strikeouts for Green, 2 away. For third baseman Kiara DeCrane. Kiara hitting .380 for the year, 35 hits and 92 at-bats, 32 runs, 8 home runs, 29 RBIs. In her homerless streak, now well over 10 games. Pitch foul back to the netting. Key's last home run was March 18th. Winding the pitch. Curveball off the plate wide, 1-1. The Crane still has managed to be productive without the use of the home run. The pitch. Wouldn't chase a rise ball, and it's 2-1. And Key's last home run was a 2-home run game against Independence. Check that on April 3rd. That was 2 doubling on my apology. 2-home run game against Coffeyville. There's a ground ball to short. And Arnson throws out to Crane, and the inning is over. So the Dragons can't do anything with the 1-out single and the stolen base. And after 1 here at Fun Valley, the Dragons and the Blue Devils, no score. Each team gets a base runner in the first, but can't do anything with it. Now it's the second inning here in game number 1 between the Hutch Blue Dragons and the KCK Blue Devils. Jennifer Mullins, the third baseman, will lead it off. DJ Cannon, this is high ball 1. Cannon with 1 strikeout and 1 walk in the opening inning. Pitch, and their first strike at the knees outside corner, counting even at 1-1. Jennifer Mullins hitting .377 for the year, 29 total hits, 4 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, and 16 RBIs. Playing in her 27th game. Chases 1 off the plate wide, and it's now 1-2. It turned out to be a 24-pitch first inning for Cannon. The 0-2, fouled off out of play. Jamie Rose said it in the pregame that KCK is a team that fouls off a lot of 2-strike pitches. Cannon gets a sign from Natalie Semmel, the catcher. Now the pitch. Popped up to second baseman Bree Johnson, who has to make a basket catch. One away here in the KCK second. Right fielder Natalie Cowan, a sophomore, hitting .308 with 24 hits, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. She's second on the team in stolen bases with 8 out of 9. Cannon delivers a strike right at the knees. Cowan listed at 5'1", and a sophomore out of Bayshore, Kansas. Swing and a miss, 0-2 to Cowan. Crowd continues to grow. It's a hazy, filtered sun. Here's the pitch. High curveball. Something moved right at the tail end. Cowan wouldn't chase, and it's a ball and 2 strikes to the KCK right fielder. Here's the pitch. Got her swinging, 2 away. Second strikeout for Cannon.
Designated player number 33.
Another designated player, Lauren Scott. Scott, another impressive batting average, .342, a home run and 8 RBIs. Again, apologize for the win. We are in an open-air press area out here at Fun Valley. A screwball low and outside, ball 1. DJ Cannon, a record of 31-11. She's making her 40th career start for the Blue Dragons this afternoon. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. DJ's career earned run average, 2.01. With the 2 strikeouts today, she now has 314 for her career. And the second behind Holly Kelly. Pitch way upstairs, 2-1. The opponent's batting average also impressive, only .216 against the sophomore. Cannon misses outside again, 3 balls and 1 strike. This is also her 50th career appearance in a Blue Dragon uniform for Cannon. Shot foul. Some unsuspecting fans not ready for that one got buzzed. Now they're taking a sigh of relief, getting a chuckle. Full count. Gotta be alive in the stands at a baseball or softball game, especially here at Fun Valley. Here's the payoff. Another 2-out walk. Brown walked with 2 outs. Now Scott walks with 2 out. That'll bring up the 8-hole hitter for the Blue Devils, catcher Brittany Beck. Catcher scoring at home. That is career walk number 105. It's almost a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio in her Blue Dragon career for DJ Cannon. DJ paints the outside corner for a strike. Brittany Beck, a .244 hitter on the year. 11 hits, only 1 extra base hit, a double, and 6 RBIs. Pitch upstairs. Beck playing in her 23rd game, on base of .277. She has scored 8 runs this year. Wind in the pitch. Semmel tried to frame that backdoor curve, couldn't get the call, and it's 2-1. Right now, DJ just not particularly sharp. That's fine tuning. There's a shot down the right field line, but it'll hook foul. Count now even to Beck, 2-2. DJ's not a big walks type pitcher. she's had her bouts of wildness, any pitcher has, but when she's missing off the corner just a little more than she normally does, that's the fine tuning, where she's not extremely on her game just yet. 2-2 pitch in the dirt, good stop by Semmel. Scott stays at first, and once again it's a full count. So the one thing that Jamie Rose didn't want DJ to do was run up a bunch of pitches early, heading into this 3-day stretch of 6 games. Cannon's now up to 44 through an inning and 2/3. Here's the payout pitch. It's back-to-back 2-out walks.
First baseman number 24, Shelby Espy.
Now first baseman and 9-hole hitter Shelby Espy. Espy hitting 182, just 2 for 11, playing in her 14th game, 1 RBI. That's back to the top of the order if Espy can extend the inning. And Jaden Lindgren, strike 1 from Cannon. Cannon's the type of pitcher. Uses 3 primary pitches, usually pitches away, especially from the righties. Another outside corner pitch called a strike, and quickly 0-2. She has come inside a lot more on right-handers this year under the tutelage of first-year coach, pitch coach Ray Gary. Changeup swung on and missed, and that's the inning. So Cannon gets 2 strikeouts and works around the 2 walks. Blue Devils leave 2. We head to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the second rolls around, no score. DJ Cannon has allowed 3 walks, but no runs. Now Brent Stockman, Cameron Pope, and the aforementioned DJ Cannon to face Shannon Green. She had 2 strikeouts of her own. She allowed 1 hit to Becca Roberts and a stolen base, but then struck out Raven Bass and got carried to Crane to ground out. So here's Brent Stockman, the freshman right fielder. Takes a slow breaking changeup that drops in for strike 1. Brent now hitting 344 with 33 total hits. Fooled on that pitch. He went around, and Stockman's down in the count 1-2. Stockman with 8 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, 25 RBIs. One of 4 Blue Dragons to 20 or more driven in. Ground ball right back to the pitcher, Green. Underhand flip over, 1 away. So right now, Green's not overpowering the Dragons in terms of velocity, but she has Hutchinson off balance with her movement, change of speeds. Now Cam Pope. Cameron serving as the DP. She'll catch game number 2. Just trying to save Cam's legs over this next 3 days. First pitch swinging, Cam turns on it but pulls it well foul. Pope hitting 387 now. on a 5-game hitting streak, 36 total hits and 93 at-bats, 8 doubles, 15 RBIs. Another changeup swung over the top of, and now Cam's down to the count 0-2. The Blue Dragons this year at 24-6 have normally been pretty good at making in-game adjustments. Pitch taken a little bit low. 1-2. The Dragons have struggled the first time around the order against a given pitcher. Coach Ben Woodsit and head coach Jamie Rose have normally made the right adjustments. The Dragons swing a hard hit ball foul outside of third. Third baseman Jennifer Mullins got the backhand on it to knock it down, but it was foul, and it remains a ball and 2 strikes. As many great stats as my stat program gives, it does not give times around the order what the batting averages are. Pope again pulls it foul. Remains a ball and 2 strikes. Dragons have scored a ton of runs in the middle 3 innings game, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Here's a hard hit ball to right center field that gets down over quickly to get it as the right fielder Cowan. Bobbled momentarily, but she hustles it back in. And it's a 1-out single for Cam Pope. And for Cam, that is career hit number 82, her 37th of this year. Now, DJ Cannon.
The pitcher, number 15, DJ Cannon.
DJ hitting 286 for the year. 3 home runs, 16 RBI. She had that abysmal start. Chases a rise ball and misses for strike 1. Started off, I believe, 2 for 17, and now it's got the average back up to 286. She's hit safely in 11 of the last 13. Pitch off to plate wide, snap throw to first. Cam Pope back in standing. 1-1 now to DJ Cannon. Cannon is a freshman. Hit .414. 48 total hits, a couple of home runs, and drove in 22. Curveball catches the inside corner. 1-2 now the count to Cannon. Shannon Green working primarily ahead of the Dragon hitters. That's always a good sign if you're a pitcher. Pitch. Called strike 3. Dropped the changeup over the outside corner. That's Green's 3rd strikeout. 2 away for second baseman Bree Johnson.
Second baseman, number 22, Bree Johnson.
Bree making her 9th consecutive start, now hitting .375, 9 for 24, a triple and 8 RBIs. Aggressive on the first pitch, fouls it back to the netting. For strike 1. Changeup is lifted high to left toward the line. Lindgren, standing right on the line, makes the catch. And the inning is over. The Dragons get a 1-out single from Cam Pope, but can't move her along. And after 2, it's the Dragons nothing and the Devils nothing. Welcome back to Fun Valley. Steve Carpenter with you. Thomas Nelson on the stats. Brandon Sams, the video guru, out here working 3 Fun Valley rookies. Their first times doing softball out here. Sebastian Lucas down on the camera, and then Megan Maslick and Chloe Flynn working the controls. No score through 2. As DJ Cannon and Shannon Green have locked into a nice little pitcher's duel.
Center fielder number 21, Jaden Lindgren.
Top of the order for the Devils here in the third. Lindgren, Jacobson, and Brown. Great. Jaden Lindgren struck out her first time up against DJ. Takes the pitch a little bit low, ball 1. Cannon threw her first 2 innings, no runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. The pitch upstairs 2-0. She's had problems with throwing strike 1 consistently. Green has effectively been ahead in the count. 2-0 is foul off to the right. A much more quiet afternoon out here at the Valley than last Thursday. All 4 of the main fields on the complex were being used last Thursday. Right now, the Blue Dragons are the only show on the complex. Outside 3-1. DJ just cannot get the umpire to give her that outside corner. That's a danger as KCK is throwing up all right-handed batters. 3-1. Lifted foul out of play, and it's another full count. That pitch count now for Cannon up to 53. Only 30 in the zone. And she's gone full now to 5 different batters. Here's the payoff. Got Lindgren swinging. That's strikeout number 4. 1 away here in the KCK third. Now, second baseman, Callie Jacobson. Jacobson grounded to shortstop Izzy Godinez her first time up. Pitch taken downstairs, ball 1. Another pitch out of the zone on the first pitch of at bat for DJ. Outfield for the Dragons playing shallow with the exception of Becca Roberts in right. The wind's going right into her face. There's a bunt along first, bunted very hard, but it goes foul before it reaches Raven Bass and the count of 1-1. So Casey Tillery and Jacobson trying to shake things up a little bit, play a little small ball. Get the Dragon defense moving. 1-1 the count now. The lefty end of the line, the pitch. Rise ball swung through and missed 1-2. Cannon's got an effective rise ball, great changeup, good screwball. Also has a backdoor curve that she'll throw to a right-hander every once in a while. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. That's back-to-back strikeouts, 5 for the game now for Cannon. 2 up and 2 down for center fielder Shannon Brown, who walked her first time up. Cannon is a freshman. 2-1 against the Devils. Pitch upstairs. Again, strike. The first pitch is a ball. Down the road, that catches up with you. Strike outside corner, 1-1. Cannon lost the regular season meeting with the Blue Devils. That game was played in Kansas City. But then won a pair here at Region 6. Took something off that backdoor curveball. It catches the corner for a strike, 1-2. Page working quickly, the pitch. Called strike 3, outside corner, and Cannon strikes out the side. She now has 6 for the game through 3 innings. Devils go 3 up, 3 down to the third. Dragons coming up in the bottom, tied, no score. The speed part of the order leads off for the Dragons in the bottom of the third. Sophomore Ashton Reynolds, sophomore Izzy Godinez, sophomore Becca Roberts. In some fashion or another, they have all hit in the 1-2-9 slots all season long and have been able to put some serious pressure on teams. So Reynolds leads off to third against Shannon Green. He's allowed just 2 singles. Green laid on that, Reynolds laid on that offering for strike 1. Ashton now hitting .337 with 32 total hits, 1 home run and 17 RBIs. Pitch taken out or inside, and it's 1-1. Ashton Reynolds now 89 career hits, 7 career home runs, 6 coming as a freshman. Hard hit ball, foul just outside of third. Third baseman Jennifer Mullins playing way up, a good 10 feet in front of the bag, being respectful for the bunting ability of Ashton Reynolds. And I'm sure Jennifer probably held her breath momentarily as that ball was lined right at her. 1-2 pitch, rise ball. Ashton wouldn't chase, and now it's 2-2. 3 strikeouts for Shannon Green through her first 2 innings. No walks, allowed just 2 hits and a stolen base. Big slow curveball sweeps outside. The KCK bench wanted the call. It was outside, now the count's full. She has about 4 speeds on that curveball. The pitch popped up, shallow center. Brown has it measured, and there's one away here in the Dragon third. So now we'll see what kind of adjustments the Dragons make against Shannon Green the second time through. We told you earlier that the Dragons very good at in-game adjustments on a certain pitcher. Izzy Godinez took a called third her first time up. Izzy now 3 hits away from joining the career top 10 for it. She has 111 total hits in 254 bats. That's a .439 batting average. Ball 1 to Godinez, showing bunt, pulling bat. She pops it back onto the complex roof. Now it's 1-1. Izzy with 17 career doubles, 4 career triples, 4 career home runs. The pitch. There's that slow sweeping curveball outside, 2-1 to Godinez. Career .490 on base percentage for Izzy. Pitch upstairs, 3-1. So Green in danger of walking her first batter. Line to left, that's going to get down in front of Lindgren for a hit. Izzy's going for 2, and she's in safely. There'll be a single and an error on Lindgren, and That ball hit her in the legs pretty hard, but it'll be a single and an error. Is he now with 112 career hits?
Oh, hang on. I'll fix that. Left field.
Left fielder number 8, Becca Roberts.
You know, not the plus. That looks put her to third. Just E7. F. There you go. So Lindgren commits her second error of the game. Puts a runner in scoring position, and it's ball 1 to Becca Roberts. Showing bunt, drops one down, but it goes foul. Again, third baseman Jennifer Mullins crashing hard. We've seen all year long, if Beck is able to get one fair along the third base side, the chances of her beating it out are about 9 and 10. Or 9 out of 10 times she'll beat it. Check swing back to the screen. Now Becca hits from a 1-2 hole. We've seen shortstops play even tighter than Jennifer Mullins is right now and still not able to throw out Becca Roberts when she hits one down that third base line. The pitch. Chased a rise ball and she strikes out, so a big strikeout for Green. Out number 2 in the inning. Now Raven Bass, who struck out her first time.
First baseman number 28, Raven Bass.
First pitch swinging, a big hack by Raven. It's back onto the roof. Again, Raven only played 13 games as a freshman. Now 45 total hits and a .433 career batting average, 9 career home runs, 7 coming this year. Pitch upstairs. One week ago yesterday was Raven's last home run. That was a grand slam against Independence down at Indy. And on the hands, it's popped up into the stands. Now Bass will battle once again from behind in the count, this time at 1-2. Bass has hit safely in 3 of her last 4. 1-2 pitch. Around the left side, fielded by the shortstop, pours it across. And Arnzen gets Bass by a step and a half, and the inning is over. So the Dragons threaten. Have a runner in scoring position with 1 out, but the pitching of Shannon Green equal to the task. No runs, a hit, 1 left through 3, no score. No score through 4. The Blue Dragons and the Blue Devils. Very reminiscent of the way the Region 6 playoff series started last year between these two teams. Hutchinson eventually cracked it open to get a win for DJ Cannon. Cannon has struck out 4 consecutive batters now. She struck out the side in the third, and she'll face the middle third of the KCK order here in the 4th. Kaylee Arnzen, the shortstop, popped up to Cannon to end the first. One of the few times Cannon has come inside on a righty. The pitch spins in for strike 1. KCK head coach Casey Tillery in her 16th season throwing an all right-handed lineup at the left-handed throwing DJ Cannon. The 0-1, way upstairs. Count even at a ball and a strike. Cannon allowed a 2-out walk to Shannon Brown in the first, and after 2 are out in the second, she walked Scott and Beck. Those are the only base runners for the Blue Devils so far this afternoon. The pitch. Curveball fouled back toward field number 2 off to our left, and Cannon works ahead in the count of ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Popped into the stands, remains 1-2. And KCK the last time out actually was swept by Allen 10-3 or 9-0. That came yesterday. They split with Independence on Monday, so they're playing for the 3rd time in 3 days. Schedule changes. That pitch fouled back, so they may be a little bit tired. Their games with Heston scheduled for April 6th were rescheduled. April 5th, the Blue Devils swept Cloud County, which is all of a sudden struggling. 15-1 and 3-2. 1-2 pitch to Arnzen. Wouldn't chase a rise ball. Now it's 2-2. Before that, the Blue Devils were on a 7-game losing streak. It really wasn't close except for one game. The pitch hit well and deep, but well foul to left. And Arnzen 11 home runs on the season. Team high 31 RBIs for Arnzen. She's slugging .962, 7 doubles and 11 homers. 2-2 pitch, changeup misses high, full count. Cannon gets a sign from Natalie Semmel. Now delivers the payoff. Called strike 3 outside corner. That's 5 consecutive strikeouts now for Cannon.
Third baseman number 5.
7 for the game. And now third baseman Jennifer Mullins. She popped up to second baseman Bree Johnson to lead off the second. The pitch. And on the hands, foul back. Ray Geary, the first-year pitching coach of the Blue Dragons, continues to work with the ability of DJ Cannon to be stronger on the inner half against righties. The 0-1, foul back. And the staff back here getting a little more nervous every time those balls roll up the netting. The gapping on the nets has become pretty wide. And all these Fun Valley rookies out here getting a little nervous. Now 0-2 to Mullins. Cannon's pitch. Hit to the right side, foul over the Blue Dragon dugout. Ball like that, if there's a little more air under it, the fielders are going to have to be aware that the way the wind's blowing, that can blow back into play to possibly make a catch. Many little quirky things about Fun Valley. Once again, the 0-2. Ground ball. Big hop played by Izzy Godinez. High throw, but Bass comes down on the bag, and there's 2 away. That thing shot straight up on Izzy, and she's not that tall. So a great play by Godinez, an equally great play at first by Bass pulling down the high throw. 2 up, 2 down for right fielder Natalie Cowan, who struck out in her first plate appearance in the second. No score here in the fourth. There's a bunt foul right over the Blue Dragon coaches, and it bounces to one of the fans. Shows pretty good hands and not a bad arm returning the ball into play. 0-1 the count to Cowan. Up in the batter's box against Cannon. That's a bit interesting. Bunted right side, fielded by Bass. Quick underhand flip to Bree Johnson in time, and that's the inning. KCK 3 up and 3 down for the second consecutive inning. Cannon has retired 7 in a row. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Dragons nothing, the Devils nothing. Jared DeCrane to lead off the bottom of the 4th. It was a scoreless game here at Fun Valley, game number 1. This is the Jayhawk Conference Game of the Week on KJCCC.org. Welcome to all those viewing in and also all those checking in who normally watch us on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. Ball 1 to Kiara DeCrane. Key grounded out to short her first time up. Wine in the pitch outside. Ball 2. The pitch. Hard hit ball off the glove of the third baseman into left field.
Third baseman knock it down, or did he go to the third baseman? Okay.
That'll be a single to DeCrane. The ball was hit on a rope. 4th hit surrendered by
Right fielder number 14, Bryn Stockman.
Shannon Green. Now Brent Stockman, ball 1. Now late snap throw, back in safely is Kiera. Stockman grounded right back to Shannon Green in her first plate appearance. Up the middle, and it's in the center for a hit. DeCrane will stop at second, and the Dragons have something going here to start the 4th. Back-to-back singles by DeCrane and Stockman. And now Cameron Pope.
The designated player, number 21, Cameron Pope.
Pope has 3 sacrifice bunts this season, including 1 safety squeeze that got the Dragons a run earlier this year. Not showing bunt on the first offering. It's a pitch low, ball 1. Pope singled her first time up. Hit number 37 for the year. Crowd continues to grow. That one's dropped, and that's a good one. And it's fielded a high throw that's snagged by the second baseman, Jacobson. That's a bunt single for Cam. And the Dragons have loaded him up here in the 4th. A perfectly placed bunt to the right side of the mound. The first baseman, Elspie, had to come a long way to field it, and then she nearly threw it away, so Callie Jacobson saves a run for the moment. So now it's DeCrane at third, Stockman at second, and Cam Pope at first. A bunt single for Cam. And now DJ Cannon, the pitcher, can help herself out.
The pitcher, number 15, DJ Cannon.
Cannon swings through a changeup. She took a called third her first time up. Dragons with the bases loaded this year, 15 out of 37. That's a 405 average. That pitch hit her? It did, and that's going to drive in a run. So the first run of the game is scored on a bases loaded hit by pitch to DJ Cannon. Kiara DeCrane scores, and the Dragons take a 1-0 lead. So now time called. As there was a meeting in the circle with the Blue Devils. Bree Johnson will be the batter. So this inning is started by a hard hit single off the glove of third baseman Jennifer Mullins by Kiara DeCrane. Bryn Stockman then grounded one through the box for a single. Cam Pope dropped down a bunt single that loaded the bases. And on an 0-1 pitch, Shannon Green hits Cannon, and she drives in a run. For Cannon, it is RBI number 17.
Second baseman, number 22, Bree Johnson.
Third time that DJ's been hit with a pitch. Now Bree Johnson. Bree flew out to left field her first time up to end the second. So the Dragons on the board 1-0. The pitch. High fly, shallow left center field. Lindgren makes the catch. No tag from third. And that's a big first out. So Bree got under it. She's 0 for 2. One out for Ashton Reynolds. Ashton flew out to center her first time up.
Number 7, Ashton Reynolds.
Reynolds in bases loaded situations this year, 3 for 7. Shelby Felvis has a team high 4 hits with bases loaded. Green's first offering is skied to center. Will it be deep enough? Brown camping under it. There's the catch. Tagging and coming home and scoring. And now throw down to third and everybody's in safe. So Bryn Stockman scores on the sac fly. SF. Then Pope moves up. Cannon moves up to second.
Number 20, Izzy Godinez.
And the Dragons have a 2-0 lead. Now 2 away for Izzy Godinez. Izzy 1 for 2. Hard hit ball to short, fielded by Arnzen. She pours it across to get Izzy to end the inning. But the Dragons load them up with nobody out. 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 left. And after 4, a new score. Blue Dragons 2 and the Blue Devils nothing. DJ Cannon made a late appearance out in the circle. She'll probably just take the one warm-up. Now she'll get her full 3. 2-0 Hutchinson. RBI, bases loaded, hit by pitch to DJ Cannon. Got the Dragons on the board. And Ashton Reynolds with a 1-out sac fly to center. That scored Brent Stockman. And now Cannon will face the lower third of the order here in the KCK 5th. Scott, Beck, and Espy. Lauren Scott walked her first time up. One of 3 walks issued by DJ Cannon. DJ's now retired 7 in a row. She has 7 strikeouts. She had 5 punch-outs in a row from the end of the 2nd through 1 out in the 4th. So here we go into the 5th, 2-0 Hutch. Pitch outside, ball 1. Scott, a .342 hitter, 2 doubles, 1 home run out of her 13 hits. The pitch, fouled off to the right. One the count. Pitch count now for Cannon, 79, 50 for strikes. Been much more pitch efficient over the last 2 innings. 1-1. Screwball low and away. Again, Natalie Semmel behind the plate today. She's not batting. With the Dragons having to play 6 games in 3 days. Head coach Jamie Rose trying to give starting catcher Cam Pope a little bit of rest. Cam will start behind the plate in game 2. Pitch popped up. Second baseman Bree Johnson has it. There's 1 away, and that's 8 in a row now. Retired by DJ Cannon.
Catcher number 22.
Catcher Brittany Beck. Oh, she walked her first time. Again, the Blue Dragons looking for a win, which would give head coach Jamie Rose her 400th as the Blue Dragon head coach. Sitting on .399 right now. Pitch sails outside for ball 1. Jamie was hired in the fall of 2004. Retired a week before I started as sports information director. The pitch, a little bit upstairs, 2-0. Her last 3 years have been phenomenal, winning more than 120 games. There's a strike. 2-1 to Beck. Last year, with their run in Region 6, the overall record all time for Blue Dragon softball finally came back above 500. Pitch outside, 3-1 now. The pitch. A little bit low for ball 4. Beck walks for the second time. That ends a streak of 8 in a row, retired by Cannon. In fact, Beck was the last KCK runner to reach base. So now we'll see if Casey Tillery tries to start something here. Shelby Espy, the first baseman, struck out her first time up. Beck 4 out of 5 on stolen bases. Showing his butt, drops one down. Cannon bobbles it, now will spin to first. Now a snap throw to second, back in safely is Beck. So Espy gets a sacrifice bunt down. Second baseman Bree Johnson made the coverage over at first. So now Jaden Lindgren, 2 strikeouts and 2 at-bats. Runner at second and 2 away here in the 5th. 2-0 Blue Dragons. Pitch high and away for ball 1. Seven strikeouts, 4 walks for Cannon through 4 2/3 innings. The pitch took something off of it, swinging over the top is Lindgren. Count now 1-1. Center fielder Ashton Reynolds shades Lindgren toward right. Right fielder Brent Stockman playing very shallow. Big gap in left center field. Swinging a miss on another changeup, and it's 1-2. With the speed in left and center in Roberts and Reynolds, Dragons have left a few more gaps in left center open. It's because those two can chase balls down. The pitch. Line down the right field line, but it hooks foul. Remains 1-2 now to Jaden Lindgren, the KCK left fielder. Fans continue to stroll in to Fun Valley. A few KCK fans in the third base stands as well. Dragons earlier this year against Labette had a crowd of almost 200 out here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. 1-2 pitch. Up too high, a rise ball. Now it's 2-2. Pop foul back out of play. The count remains 2-2 on Jaden Lindgren. Lindgren with a .484 on base percentage. She'd only struck out 11 times in 80 at-bats and is 0-for-2 with a pair of Ks here this afternoon. 2-2. That one's looped into left center field. That's going to be the first hit of the game for KCK and will also produce the game's first run. Coming into second base is Lindgren. She's in safely. So the first hit of the game for the Blue Devils comes 4 2/3 in. It's an RBI double for Lindgren. Her 10th double of the year, RBI number 17, and the Dragon lead cut in half. Now 2-1. Beck scores. Now the tying run at second base for Kelly Jacobson. Screwball outside corner, a strike call. Jacobson is grounded out and struck out. Cannon's low hit game for the year. 2-hitter 8 days ago against Independence. That pitch off the plate. 1-1. First time this year that Cannon's faced an all right-handed hitting lineup. The pitch. Fouled off to the right. If you were to talk to DJ right now, she just wouldn't be real happy with this performance. Just not razor sharp like normal. 1-2. Off the plate, wide a screwball, a little bit high. That's a pitch that she prefers to be down a little bit, where it looks more enticing for a right-handed batter to chase. But being up where it was, nobody's biting on it today. Now the 2-2. Line shot right back to Cannon, and the inning is over. So Jaden Lindgren gets KCK's first hit, also drives in the first run, scoring Beck, who walked with one out. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left. To the bottom of the 5th we go. It's the Blue Dragons 2 and the Blue Devils 1. Hutchinson's out hit. KCK 6-1, but only lead 2-1. As now Blue Devil starter Shannon Green will face 2, 3, and 4 here in the Dragon fifth. Becca Roberts, Raven Bass, and Kiara DeCrane. DJ Canning carried a no-hitter, 2 outs into the fifth inning, and allowed a double to Jaden Lindgren. That scored Brittany Beck, who walked with 1 out. Strike 1 to Becca, who's now 1 for 2. She singled and stole a base in the first and struck out in the third. Infield at all 4 positions, very tight for Roberts. They pitch high and tight, and it's 1-1 now to the fleet-footed Dragon left fielder. The pitch, grounded up the middle, getting to it is Arntzen. She spins and throws, but the runner's safe. That'll be an infield single. There's the speed of Becca Roberts. So the Dragons with their 7th hit, second by Roberts. She's 2 for 3. 2 of the infield variety. Cam Pope had a bunt single. And now the power comes around. Here's Raven Bass, 0 for 2. 0 for her last 5 now. Takes a rise ball high for ball 1. Hutchinson coming in with a 24-6 record, tied with Labette at 9-5 in league play. In terms of the region, big cut by Raven, foul back to the screen. The Blue Dragons are tied with Labette in the 4th for the region seedings, or Division 2, at 11-5. Cali at 13-3, Johnson at 13-3. They're tied. They split a doubleheader. Highland at 16-4. The pitch pulled foul. Now it's 1-2 to Bass. I wouldn't technically classify Shannon Green as an off-speed type pitcher from what I've seen, but she has thrown nothing but off-speed to Raven Bass. Raven all the way up in the box. 2-1 pitch. Pitches high, snapped over to first. Back in safely is Becca Roberts. She has 1 steal, does Roberts. Roberts now a team-high 16 steals. 2-1 pitch, popped up, and it will just get back over the fence for a foul ball. 2-2 now to Bass. What I'm seeing is Green continues just to throw slower and slower to Raven. Raven now having problems kind of keeping the hands back. She's all the way up in the box as it is already. 2-2, takes something off of it again. Raven got way out in front of it and pulls it foul. You normally see when the Dragons will play down, say a JV team, but pitchers who don't throw hard, Raven will struggle with. The pitch. Screwball low and in. Now it's a full count to the Dragon first baseman. She'll struggle with those type of pitchers just because her bat speed is so incredibly fast. But Shannon Green doing it on purpose. That time sped up the screwball, but she missed her spot low and away. Now a 3-2 pitch. The hands pop foul toward the third base dugout, and Jennifer Mullins can't chase it down. And Bass has new life. Leadoff single by Roberts. Her first steal attempt wasn't all that close with Brittany Beck throwing her out. Dragons trying to get back the run they gave up in the top half of this inning. Fouled off barely. Barely glanced the bat of Bass and then singed off the helmet of Brittany Beck, the KCK catcher. The pitch. Jam shot popped up at foul, and once again Mullen can't chase it down. So So right now, Raven's got to feel like she's living with house money. She's hit 2 balls that very easily could have been caught, but she's still swinging at 3-2. Once again, the payoff pitch hit well down the left field line, but it's going to hook well foul into the grass out between fields 2 and 3. And we'll do it again. Once again, the 3-2. Foul off again, and now Shannon Green really working the inner half against Raven Bass. Shannon Green now at 80 pitches, 56 for strikes for the Blue Devils. 2 batters here into the 5th. The pitch. Up high, ball 4. Good at bat for Bass. That is the first walk issued by Shannon Green, and for the 2nd straight inning, the Blue Dragons have 2 on and nobody out, and Kiara DeCrane will be the batter.
Third baseman, number 16, Kiara DeCrane.
Key singled to start the 4th and scored the first run when DJ Cannon was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. That was the first run of the game. Strike at the letters. Wouldn't it be a great time for Key to break that home run drought? Big slow curveball sweeps well outside, and DeCrane's got a 1-1 count. (2-1) the score. Dragons with the lead. Here's the pitch. Popped her up. Infield fly roll call as Arnzen makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Excuse me, there's 1 away for Brent Stockman. Bryn singled up the middle. She's 1 for 2.
Number 14, Brent Stockman.
Also had a hot shot up the middle that Shannon Green fielded very nicely and threw Stockman out to lead off to second. That one's hit to right, tailing away, and Cowan can't get to it. It's going to roll to the corner. Rounding third is Robert. She will score. Now Bass being waved, and now the brakes are being put on. So Bryn Stockman doubles to right field. Drives in a run, and the Dragons get that run back and lead it 3-1. Robert scores from second. Bass goes from first to third. And now Cam Pope the batter. Pope's 2 for 2.
Player, number 21, Cameron.
Last time up, a bunt single loaded the bases. Now hitting with second and third and 1 out. First pitch swinging. Pope's way out in front of it. Cam now has hit safely in 6 games. This one popped up back into the stands. It's 0-2. 6 straight and 7 of 8 now for Pope. And that comes off a 3-game streak where she was hitless. And that came off the heels of a 5-game hitting streak where 6-game hitting streak where 5 of those games were 2-hit games. Pitch is popped up. Shallow left. Shortstop Kaylee Arnzen goes back to make the catch for out number 2. So Pope retired for the first time. And we'll take a 2-out base knock from DJ Cannon. Cannon struck out looking, and a bases loaded hit by pitch for RBI number 17. And she takes one in on the hands and pulls it foul right to Bree Johnson in the on-deck circle. Cannon has brought that average up nearly 130 points over the last 3 weeks. Takes one a little bit high, and it's 1-1. Blue Dragons now 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 5 left on base. KCK's 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors, and 4 left on. One pitch is hit to shallow center, coming on as Shannon Brown to chase it down to make the catch, and the inning is over. But the Dragons get the run back. The leadoff single by Becca Roberts pays off. Brent Stockman doubles her home. 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 left on. We go to the 6th. Dragons 3 and the Devils 1. On to the 6th in game number 1. Steve Carpenter with you on the Blue Dragon Sports Network, as well as the KJCCC Game of the Week. And on the Jayhawk Conference website at kjccc.org. Welcome to everybody listening in and viewing. 3-1 Hutchinson here in game number 1. 3, 4, and 5 to face DJ Cannon here in the 6th. Cannon allowed her first hit of the game with 2 outs in the 5th inning. An RBI double by Jaden Lindgren. Brown is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Cannon paints the outside corner for strike 1. 1 run, 1 hit. The run was earned. 7 strikeouts and 4 walks for Cannon. Pitch popped up and it's out of play on the roof. And it's 0-2 the count to Shannon Brown. Brown was a part of that 5 straight strikeout run that Cannon had between the 2nd and 4th innings. 0-2 pitch. Wouldn't chase the rise ball. Pitch count now at 102 for DJ. And the Dragons playing the first of 6 games in 3 straight days. Popped up. It will land, and beating it out for an infield single is Shannon Brown. I think the wind knocked that one down terribly. Bree Johnson and Izzy Godinez both playing fairly deep. So the wind really knocked that one down, and the Dragons couldn't get to it. Brown beats it out for an infield single. And it's the first time this afternoon the Blue Devils have the leadoff man aboard. Now the power coming up for the Blue Devils, and Kaylee Arnzen, 11 home runs, and she represents the tying run. First pitch swinging is hit shallow center field. In comes Ashton Reynolds to make the catch. Returning to first is Brown, and DJ Cannon dodges a huge bullet there. Arnzen now 0 for 3. 1 out here in the 6th for third baseman Jennifer Mullins. Mullins 0 for 2, a pop up and a ground out. Misses high for ball 1. Asked Jamie Rose at the pregame show if things would change in terms of how the games are managed, even right down to how the Dragons would attack individual hitters with all these games. Here's the strike, and it's 1-1. Jamie Rose thought they would be a little more aggressive on 0-2-1-2. DJ normally likes to nibble before setting batters up. Mullins didn't chase a pitch low and away. It is 2-1. Or 1-1. What is the count? I believe you're right, Thomas. 2-1 pitch. Popped up. This may stay in, but it will land out of play. Now it's 2-2. Have to pass along when we have a momentary break. A happy anniversary to my wife, Tina. Initially, I wasn't going to be here today, but Glenn Grunwald got called in, and here's the pitch. Screwball misses wide, full count. So I filled in for Glenn, who's filling in for me. Tina and I will go out later this evening. 2-2 pitch, or the 3-2 pitch outside, ball 4. Fifth walk surrendered by DJ Cannon. The wind continues to howl out here at Fun Valley. You've heard it throughout the broadcast. So the tying runs are on base. One away, and right fielder Natalie Cowan, 0 for 2, excuse me, struck out and then bunted into a 3-4 out to end the second inning. Cannon's pitch, high ball 1. Yeah. Thought Deej had it locked in for a while, but now she's missing on strike 1 again. 5 walks issued are a season high. She walked 4 other times. Ball 2. Walks have been a little bit of an issue for DJ over her last 4 starts. She'd walked 6 over her previous 19 innings entering today. But she'd also struck out 26. Now it's 3-0, and Cannon's a bad one from loading the bases with 1 out. So things have gotten a little dicey for the Dragons here in the 6th, leading KCK 3-1. The pitch, called strike. Cowan started heading down the first, but never threw the bat. Now it's 3-1. Lauren Scott, the designated player, waits on deck. Strike outside corner, full count. Jennifer Mullins at first. She represents the tying run. Shannon Brown at second. She had a blue infield single to start this inning off. The 3-2 got her swinging on a changeup. So a nice piece of pitching by DJ Cannon to come back from 3-0 down in the count to strike out Cowan, her 8th strikeout. Now 2 on, 2 out for Lauren Scott, the designated player who's walked and popped up. She's nothing for 1. Scott does have a home run this year. Strike on the outside corner. outside, a change-up. Now it's 1-1. And the breakdowns, right-handed hitters and left-handed hitters versus the left-handed pitching DJ Cannon. Lefties are averaging 279 against her. Righties only 199. Foul back through the netting. And it's 1-2. The count to Lauren Scott. With 2 out, Cannon only allowing a 187 batting average, just 23 hits in 2 out situations this year. 1-2 pitch, a little bit high, 2-2. Cannon is allowing 5.67 hits per game, 2.43 runs per game, and this is over 7 innings. 8.69 strikeouts per 7 innings. The pitch. Foul out and out of play to the right over the Dragon Dugout. Remains 2-2. Well, Jamie Rose called it. KCK, normally a team very pesky with 2 outs. They have fought off a bunch of 2-strike pitches today. Cannon's pitch count now at 121. Natalie Semmel waits for the sign from Ray Geary. Now drops it to Cannon. And DJ into the wind, the 2-2. Fouled straight back. Pretty good hack from Lauren Scott to stay alive. Three-1 Dragons here in the top of the 6th. KCK has 2 on and 2 out. 2-2. That one's looped into center field. That's down for a hit. Brown being waved. She will score. And Lauren Scott delivers with a 2-out, 2-strike knock to drive in a run. And the Dragon lead now cut to 3-2. Mullen stops at second. And Brown scores. So Lauren Scott drives in her 9th RBI of the year. We're going to get a pinch hitter, or pinch runner, I believe, at first base.
Did they say 33?
4 for 33.
Okay.
Pinch running at first. So Gracie Gentry, a freshman from Kansas City, Kansas, will be the pinch runner at first base. Now the switch is being made. Puts a lot better speed on the base paths for the Blue Devils. Are we going to get another pinch runner out at second? And Lincoln Schwiso will pinch run at second base. So a pair of pinch runners on the bases. And Brittany Beck's the batter. She's walked twice and scored a run. So the tying run at second base with 2 out now. Cannon takes a strike. Maybe that momentary break, getting those pinch runners in the game, gave DJ a little bit of a break where she can finish out this inning strong. She's given up single runs in each of the last 2 innings now. Pitch way upstairs. Semmel thought about going down to second. Natalie's got a good arm. The pitch. Strike outside corner, 1-2. DJ is a strike away from getting out of it. Jamie Rose thought it be imperative that the Dragons try to get all 6 of these over the next 3 days. 1-2 pitch, upstairs, 2-2. All 3 teams the Dragons are facing are below them in the standings. course, you still have to go out and execute and play the games. 2-2. Lace foul off to the right. Pitch 129 coming up for DJ Cannon. The 2-2 to Beck. Slice foul outside of first. If you're DJ, you want to end it here on 2-2. You don't want to go to 3-2 and allow the runners a head start with 2 out. They would move on the pitch. First baseman Raving Bass playing tight to the bag. Dragons shade back toward right. The pitch, ground ball, one hopper right to Bass. One step to the bag and the inning is over. But a 2 out RBI single by Lauren Scott drives in Shannon Brown. 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 left on. We got to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the Dragons 3 and the Blue Devils 2. Dragon lead down to 1. Late in game number 1. Bree Johnson, Ashton Reynolds, and Izzy Godinez 8-9-1 to face Shannon Green. Actually, a new pitcher into the game.
Number 22, Bree Johnson.
And that new pitcher is Faith Maslick, a freshman. Her numbers in a moment. Johnson hits one to left center field. On the run is Shannon Brown, and she'll chase it down for out number 1. Now Ashton Reynolds. So Faith Maslick, a 5'2 freshman from Raymore, Missouri. She's on for the 11th time. 8th in relief, no record in the 6.6 ERA. Strike called to Ashton. Maslick has pitched 23 and 1/3 innings, allowed 34 hits, 24 runs, 22 earned, 6 strikeouts, 7 walks. Shannon Brown pitched a strong 5 innings. That one pulled foul past the third base box and head coach Ben Whitsitt. The pitching line on Shannon Green, 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 91 total pitches. The pitch. Ashton spoils it. Remains no balls and 2 strikes. Play Ashton to pull. slightly. Pitch popped up in the infield. See if the wind gives it any problems. And the catcher, Brittany Beck, makes the catch 2 away. Now Izzy Godinez, 1 for 3. She singled and took second on a misplay by Jordan Lindgren and left.
The shortstop, number 20, Izzy Godinez.
Dragons have left 7 on base, 8 hits. Pitch way high. They about hit KCK 8-3, but are far from in control. There's a fly ball to center field. That's over the head of Brown and will one-hop the fence. Izzy already making the turnaround second, headed for third. She's in safely with a 2-out triple. That's how fast Izzy can go. Godinez with her second hit of the game, 47th of the year, third triple.
Left fielder, number 8, Rebecca.
And as soon as Shannon Brown made a step in, she was burnt. So now Becca Roberts, 2 for 3. Infield single her last time up. Pitch breaks outside, ball 1. So a very interesting moment. Dragons trying to get that run back. All 4 infield positions tight. The pitch fouled straight back. That's 1-1 the count. The pitch. 0 away. 2-1 the count. Fly ball on the left field line, giving chases Lindgren, but you can't chase it down, and now it's 2-2. Godinez a third with the 2-out triple. The pitch. Little roller back to the pitcher. And the inning is over, so the Dragons can't do anything with the triple. We head to the 7th. Dragons 3 and the doubles 2. So here we go. Blue Dragons 3 outs away from victory number 29 and win number 400, or win number 25, excuse me, and win number 400 in head coach Jamie Rose's career. And DJ Cannon, who's had 130 pitches through 6 innings, will face the 9-1-2 spots in the order. Here's Shelby Espy, 0 for 1 with the sacrifice. Changeup swung on and missed for strike 1. Espy, Lindgren, and Jacobson here in the 9th. Right through there for a strike, nothing in 2 to Espy. KCK trying to rally and snap a 3-game losing streak. The 0-2. Curve ball, tried the backdoor curve and missed. 1-2 the count now. To the leadoff hitter here in the 7th, Espy. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that one didn't miss by much. Cannon has not gotten very many corner pitches today. Now it's 2-2 to Espy. Cannon's walked a season high 5. Hit to the right side, backhanded stop by Raven Bass, who flips to Bree Johnson for out number 1. Nice play. If Raven doesn't feel that cleanly, that's trouble. So 1 away, and it'll be the 4th time around the order for the Blue Devils. Jaden Lindgren, who broke up the no-hit bid by DJ Cannon with 2 outs in the 5th, an RBI double in the left center field. The pitch, strike outside corner. DJ bidding for her 14th win of the year, her 32nd career victory. That would put her 9 behind record holder Holly Kelly. One to one the count to Lindgren. The pitch. Tried the backdoor curve again and missed 2-1. What Cannon doesn't want to do is get it down where Kaylee Arnzen and those 11 home runs come to the plate. You'd just rather leave her in the dugout and see her in game number 2 if you're a Dragon. Outside, 3-1. Ray Gary shouting out some instruction. Three-two Hutch. Base is empty. One out here in the 7th. The pitch. Ball 4. So the tying run's on with 1 out for second baseman Callie Jacobson.
Second base number 7, Allie Jacobson.
Jacobson 0 for 3. She hit the ball right on the screws her last time up, but it was right at DJ Cannon. That ended the 5th. See if Casey Tillery will try to move the runner up with 1 out here in the inning via the sacrifice. Kiera DeCrame and Raven Bass playing tight on the corners. The pitch is a strike in her half. Lindgren 5 for 5 in steals, if you're looking at that. Now Jacobson shows bunt, takes it a little bit low. And Natalie Semmel just about pulled the trigger on throwing behind Lindgren as Bree Johnson snuck in behind. Lindgren got about a third of the way down and put the brakes on and scampered back. Here's the 1-1. Showing bunt is bunted foul by Jacobson, and now she's down in the count 1-2. 143 pitches for Cannon. That is a season high. Again, this is the first of 6 games over 3 days, so hopefully the cumulative effect won't have a lot of negativity, especially when Cannon pitches on Friday. 1-2 the count to Callie Jacobson. The pitch. Line into right field, that's a hit. Now, did that hit the runner? Or did it? Now the umpire just, did it hit her? It looked like a deflection. So what's going on? Okay, so she's out. Umpires are saying that Jaden Lindgren was hit with the pitch. She should be a dead ball, and she should be out automatically. Callie Jacobson will be given a single, but the runner at third, Lindgren, should be out on runner's interference. I thought I saw thought I heard something. I'm not 100% sure. Our umpires will get together. But what really caused the confusion is our base umpire showed no sign. That's a dead ball right away when a batted ball hits a base runner. And the fact that we're taking this much time, if that's indeed what he called, which is a judgment call, you can't overturn it. And the rule does not change from baseball to softball. I've had this in baseball many times as an umpire. I know this rule by heart. And now they're calling for Jamie Rose, and somebody's not going to be happy at the end of this. Now Jamie Rose is getting, and I'm thinking this call is going to go against the Blue Dragons. How can an umpire call a ball hitting a base runner? It was a line shot to right field by Jacobson, and you thought you heard something. You thought you heard something. Like the ball glancing off of Lindgren, and everybody's going to be safe. Are you kidding me? So it'll be a single for Jacobson. And in strange turn of events here, the base umpire calls the runner being hit and then reverses the call. So this changes things dramatically. Now Lindgren at third. She's the tying run. Only one out in the inning. And I can't believe that call was actually overturned. Now he's getting, I can hear he didn't call something. Jamie Rose is probably not going to let this one go for a little bit. But initially, when the conversation started with Casey Tillery, the home plate umpire asked the base umpire what he saw, and he specifically said the ball hit the base runner. Jamie Rose perplexed. So, wow, what a turn of events. Now Casey Tillery appears to be changing the lineup a little bit as Shannon Brown waits to hit. And now Jamie Rose will bring the entire team in for a meeting in the circle. So Parrish Forshea will be the pinch runner. And where will she pinch run at? I believe it's at third. So Forshea will pinch run for Lindgren at third. And now Shannon Brown, who singled the lead off to sixth and scored a run. She's 1 for 2 with a walk. DJ Cannon with 7 strikeouts, with 8 strikeouts, would love a 9th right here. Corner infield was way in for the Dragons. The pitch. Strike called. Jacobson at first. She's probably going to take off at some point. And the Dragons likely won't throw down with the tying run at third. The pinch runner Forshea. The 0-1 from Cannon in the dirt. Semmel thought about it, but Jacobson returns. Nice stop by Semmel. That kept everybody where they belong at first and third. Now a 1-1 count to Brown, and the aforementioned Kaylee Arnzen standing in the on-deck circle. 1-1 is popped up. Will it stay in play, though? Semmel gets to the fence, but runs out of room. Now 1-2, Cannon up in the count. Cannon has tried to nibble almost a little too much today. Brown, a .419 hitter. You do have to be careful in that regard. 1-2 pitch. Popped out of play, and he stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, that 7:40 movie for me and my wife tonight for anniversary looking a little tough right now. The 1-2. Call strike 3 on the upper portion of the zone for out number 2. So Brown goes down looking, 2-on-2 out with the tying run at third. And now Kaylee Arnzen, 11 home runs, 0 for 3 on the afternoon. She popped up, struck out looking, and flew out to center. We're down to cases. The tying run at third here in the top of the 7th. The pitch. Foul off to the right. DJ Cannon has battled. That was pitch number 150 for Cannon. In pitch counts in softball, not nearly as watched as in baseball. The 0-1 pop out of play to the left, and now the Dragons a strike away. This inning started with a great play by Raven Bass. A ground ball by Espy. Then Lindgren walked. Then controversy ensued as Callie Jacobs had singled to right, and it looked like it had glanced off Lindgren, but they overturned the call. 0-2 pitch, way high. Semmel bluffs the throw, and I'm really shocked that Jacobson's still at first base. He represents the go-ahead run. 1-2 the count to Arnzen. We're down to cases. 3-2 Dragons here in the top of the 7th. 2 on, 2 out, 1-2 count. Tarns in the pitch. Lifted to center, left center field. Ashton Reynolds chases it down, and the Blue Dragons win it. Jamie Rose gets career win number 400 and does it in gutty fashion. The Dragons with a 3-2 win over KCK in game number 1. We'll total it up right after this. Welcome back to Fun Valley, game number 1. Head coach Jamie Rose wins her 400th with a 3-2 victory over Kansas City in game number 1 and 2. Steve Carpenter with you. Here are the totals as we get set for game number 2 for the Blue Dragons. Now 25-6 overall. Blue Dragons with 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 8 left on base. The Blue Devils, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 8 left on base. The winning pitcher, DJ Cannon, she's now 14-2. Shannon Green takes the loss. She falls to 7-6. And time of game, 2 hours and 4 minutes. The Blue Dragons get the victory. They didn't score until the 4th. DJ Cannon also gets the game-winning RBI on a bases-loaded hit by pitch. The Dragons scored 2 in the 5th after the hit by pitch scored Kiera DeCrane. Brent Stockman scored on Ashton Reynolds' sac fly. That gave the Dragons a 2-0 lead. Jaden Lindgren then with 2 outs in the 5th broke up Cannon's no-hit bid with the RBI double to left center field. That scored Brittany Beck to make it 2-1. The Dragons got that run right back in the bottom of the 5th inning. When Brent Stockman hit an RBI double to right, that scored Becca Roberts, and Hutchinson led it 3-1. KCK came back with a single run in the 6th and left the tying run at second base. Lauren Scott with the RBI single. Then in the 7th, things got crazy. With 1 out, Jaden Lindgren walked, and then Callie Jacobson lined one to right field that appeared to clip Lindgren. Initially, it was called that way by our umpires, but then the call overturned. So now KCK's got the tying run at third base, runners at the corners, 1 out. Shannon Brown takes a called third for the 2nd out. And then Kaylee Arnzen hits one to deep left center field that Ashton Reynolds chases down. And the Blue Dragons get the victory 3-2. Offensively, very quickly, Izzy Diaz and Becca Roberts. Also Brent Stockman and Cameron Pope, 2 hits each. They had 8 of Hutchinson's 9 hits. Kiera DeCrane had the other. Brent Stockman a double, Izzy Diaz a triple. Pitching, DJ Cannon now 14-2, a complete game. 4 hits allowed, 2 runs, 9 strikeouts, and a season-high 6 walks in 153 pitches. Taking the loss is Shannon Green. She worked 5, allowed 8 hits and 3 runs. So the Dragons get the victory 3-2, now go after the sweep. You'll have to change links here on the network to get game number 2. Until then, Steve Carpenter from Fun Valley reminding you, game number 1 final. Hutchinson 3, KCK 2. Head coach Jamie Rose wins her 400th game as the Blue Dragon head coach. We'll be back in about 20 minutes. Again, you'll have to switch links. Until then, Steve Carpenter from Fun Valley. So long, everybody.